Paper X.
Yeah, none whatsoever. You do have something marching all the way down, though, maybe trying to set up some kind of a late flank. Meanwhile, however, the entire team now just on for the retakes, which is honestly going to be a little bit tough. You do have Crystal, who's already set up all the bits of utility that he has. Meanwhile, a couple of fights going through outside Garage as well.
Decent start, back and forth, 1-for-1, but that plant going down for GE is going to have time working in their favor, and this is where something needs to activate. You spoke about him, it's Jing off screen for a double, and something too as well. Both want a piece of the puzzle here for Paper X. He might even have it next round. Jing with the push forward, he's got it online now. I'm not sure that he's going to need it for the rest of this round. It is looking like an easy cleanup. Batman with a decent trade onto Forsaken, but I mean, the damage is really done here. 4-on-2, you shouldn't get too much done. Nice recovery from Davai, who, once again, is back over onto that chamber. We saw that being a big talking point as well on the desk quack, that I think he's been phenomenal on that agent in recent times. So things could get pretty interesting here. Jing, obviously the run it back is out of this round, and Jing is as well, as the ISO starting to come into play. Autumn surviving nicely. Yutatan making that space for the team, and GE already starting to pick Paper X apart now that they've got guns in hand.
Heck of a lot of space, but take a look at something of Forsaken out towards the back. It's going to be simple trades, though, more than likely on him to build up that confidence early on in the map.
There's something stuck in the corner now. Not sure that Autumn is 100% aware of it, but very unlikely Paper X get too much more done in this round. It's a nice start for Yutatan as well. It's a really good response from GE. It's exactly what you want to see from both an international event, and how much further can they go? Can they go into that grand final for a rematch against Full Sense? Paper X are hoping not, as something and Envy start to pick them apart. This entry onto A has gone all wrong. Forsaken is now there as well, and there is nothing to be done for GE in that round. They are cut to pieces as Paper X come back with a full buy of their own.
A trifecta
somewhere. But the rest of the weaponry not looking too crash hot. Patman is in there with a weapon as well, and it's something down early on in the piece. Yutatan making good usage of that shotty. Here's what I'm talking about, but Autumn is just deleted by Envy. Back to the 3-on-3 though, the shots coming through thick and fast will not be enough for GE. They've walked into a quick, they're going to be in trouble. Forsaken holding on for the 1-4-1. It'll be an easy second for him as well as they start to filter their way out that dark cover. The flank obviously coming into play as well, and something rotating across too. GE are stalled at the gates once again. They've got some space in middle, but they don't have the spike. How can they find a way to win this round?
Not entirely sure, unless these duels are somehow isolated. You take down something, pick up the spike, go somewhere else.
Not ready yet.
But take a look at Forsaken and Envy as well.
Yeah, interesting that Forsaken's gone back over to A. Trying to get some info, I suppose, as to what GE is up to. Spike has been retrieved.
Yeah.
Hatman hoping to make that happen.
And if you do somewhat end up on the B side as well, you could try to buy a bit more time away from the spike, possibly risk onto that Steel Garden. Self-flash, but we don't mind that because we're not seeing anyone else make a move from Paper X yet. But I get the sense that they're doing that because they know they have left. 3. If the spike goes down, they go in for that retake. It's 3v2, Elfish.
Yeah, and space already starting to be taken here by something.
Spike
to make his way in behind, and you've obviously got both Envy and Forsaken starting to make their way across as well.
Envy has the util too.
Last player standing.
No, not need it. Batman instantly dealt with the rifle instead, and that leaves Crystal solo. He did win a 1v3 against Paper X earlier on in the playoffs, but it won't. Will just about save GE there, but information is given. Envy on the hunt, can't land any shots, and so Autumn will take him down, and GE, or they might be back into this round, or they might not. Let's see what Forsaken can do. A double, and we're back to a 3-on-3.
Right up behind, it's Yutatan! And then Paper X, they don't relent. Look at how they're pushing up A short.
Jing is in the key position right now. He's trying to make something happen, wants to isolate the fight against Autumn, get that done. Now we're back to 2-on-2.
Go, go.
Out with lesser utility now, though, so hopefully you would think GE with the ults, with the positioning that they do have, maybe they can some kind of slow down the momentum that Paper X is going off of. Ultimates, stuns, walls. This should be GE.
Yeah, it should surely be GE's round, right?
Bring me the arsenal!
That Steel Garden dropped by Crystal. It's going to make things even more difficult for Paper X. They'll wait it out. Fast lane as well, obstructing some vision. Try and brawl their way in.
Player
Jing
standing.
Oh, no.
on the defuse, and Davai with the coverage, but the defuse now pretty much has to be stuck. Jing gonna try and force the fight against Crystal.
Ooh.
Time is running out. He's got no idea where Crystal is coming from, and so quick. Roan gonna be leading the charge, starting to maybe give the game away. Paper X starting to wonder what's going on here. But they're happy to play for the retake on C.
Yeah, they do have a lot of ults and pieces of utility to work around, but it's all going to have to happen outside of C-Link.
Oh,
Big smokes, presence all spotted. At the same time, G is just noting that nobody's pushing outside of A lobby for now, so quite happy with the information that they have.
I like this setup for GE. Patman on the late lurk could be a real thorn in their side if something is not able to clear that out in middle. Jing, meanwhile, starting to get entries. Where has that come from? Jing just out of nowhere for the triple, and well, that'll be the round for Paper X, and that is a bit of Paper X.
Feeling confident.
100%. Why wouldn't you be at this point? Again, they're going to try to assert their dominance on the round early. They're pushing their way out of B, and goes just sliding straight into a headshot. And like I said, Quack, earlier on, it just feels like everyone on Paper X is having a day at the moment. There's just only so much you can do when that's the case. A triple kill for Davai now as well. Everyone getting involved. There is no weak link at the moment for Paper X on this defense.
None. Absolutely none. GE trying to scavenge whatever they have left. Trying to get some picks off at the very least while something just continues to hold space. Paper X know they have every single possible entry point on towards the extremities of the map for now, so just quite happy to once again wait for the eventuation of the 3v2.
Not a great looking one, obviously, for GE, with Harvey being tagged up so much. No armor to their name either. It's going to make the job a little bit more difficult, but they do have a rifle at least with some sharp shooting. There might be something in here for GE.
Okay.
Get that plan on B.
Smoked off now, though, and at the same time, this is where Paper X starts to do a bit of scouting in B to begin.
Oh, this Sheriff absolutely has to connect its first bullet, but Patman now being spotted out is going to make life much more difficult. Needs the 3K here and needs 3 clean headshots. Won't even get the chance for one stable platform or not.
Oh, come on.
Seems as though the answer may be not, as something is continuing to look for some fights.
It's you and me.
Ooh. Pulled into the gulag, though.
He'll get one. Here up against Autumn, which he's unable to win this time. So Autumn some success with the ulti this time around. It does allow GE into A.
Spike planted.
Now they get the setup. Surely Crystal being able to get all the information deep, but his Jing was running back.
Not going to be too successful with that. Autumn just shuts him down, but he'll get another crack at it. Envy dropping the Prowlers out from heaven. Forsaken, an opening duel onto Autumn as the retake begins. The numbers start to thin for Paper X. Envy has to try and make it happen. And Davai's still on the rotate. You've got to be questioning, where is Davai in all of this? Envy buying as much time as possible, and Davai have to keep on trying something. Same line, this time unsuccessful, and the Hunter's Fury is going to try to chase him down. Seems like he'll be okay. And has a second crack at it as Patman just walks straight into the crosshair. It has not been GE's day today, and it seems as though that is not going to be changing, at least on this map. Autumn does get good kill back in onto something. Will allow another plan down. Yutatan for one. Fast lane, still isolated duel there against Forsaken, who's going to TP back into a different position. All of a sudden, now you're wondering, is GE, where actually is this retake coming from? Autumn is all over it, but does he expect a second player? Davai again from behind. He might have been hurt. It doesn't matter. The shot will connect, and it's down to just Crystal, who is sitting with the heaven. Pops that steel guard, and it'll matter largely now for Davai, as he has to try to make something happen. He still hits the head. If I was a gambling man, I'd probably say yes. Given how things have been going so far for Paper X on this map, it's looking pretty comfortable. Davai doesn't quite get it done this time. Yutatan drops him on the way into C. So Davai out of the round now, and Forsaken having to try and hold on to a bit of control on C-Long. There's 3 players. It is a shooting gallery for GE. They might just be able to put one more together right at the back of the half. Give themselves at least a third to play with. The retake still yet to come through from Envy, Something, and Jing. All their positions are now noted. Something only able to trade 1-for-1 is not quite enough. This is a good round from GE. Something has another one, but I surely don't expect him to get this done. No! It was started.
For PRX, though, they're just confident to go, pushing up, dry walk, pick up the orb, end up back on towards AG, just hoping that they have the right angles, the right crossfire setup.
There's a lot of players in the right spot here for GE. Ready to defend a push into A, but it seems as though PRX have kind of got a bit of a spider sense tingling, so they're not committing to it, and GE are having to force that fight. Spike will be retrieved. Autumn in for another one, doing some great work right now, but there's a huge push in here from Devi all the way in through C.
Numbers supporting G, though, that's what I'm keeping my eye on. So far, so good. They still have possible flashes, relay bolts coming back in. It all depends on Devi.
Yudotan has surely seen him. He has. Good tag through, but Devi still standing and might still be able to make some magic happen. Paranoia. Not quite going to be held here by Forsaken. Needed to come a little earlier, and Yudotan unable to activate on the daylight today. Then it's going to be really rough for GE. That will be a big lack in firepower for them, but maybe he can come online here on this defensive side.
The ACS leader for the team, after all.
Insane clutching as well. Yudotan starting to build up toward that overdrive now as well, and drones can spot a number of players starting to try and make their way in towards B. The wall obviously isolating something, and now GE are on the hunt. Forsaken looks to punish for two.
Nope. We're good.
Oh, the chase is on. Oh, no way! Yudotan doesn't quite get two. Oh, it looked like the perfect opportunity, but Forsaken survives on a sliver of HP. Now it's Envy's turn, and the headshot will deal with Autumn. Forsaken flanked by Patman. He is looking for more, but he knows now that his position is noted, that everyone's going to be looking in his direction, so he'll slow things back down.
Trying to buy as much time as possible. 50 seconds. If you keep PRX here long enough, maybe, just maybe.
It's time to perfection, I think. Envy's got no idea. And something hasn't spotted him out either in spawn.
I think there's a slight inkling. Something cleared it out. He's expecting it, and there he goes. Back to numbers advantage for PRX, and now they have their pick of the sites. GE have to try to go in for a 2v3 retake, with the only thing to work off of being Crystal and Javi's signature abilities, the recon and the flash. It's not going to be easy, Jordan.
No, certainly not, but they are making good time as they start to rotate their way across, but they'll first have to take this fight against Devi, and he is holding strong for one.
He's just too good.
Javi, now isolated in the 1v3, is not going to have a chance. A big round out.
That's the problem. G has no idea what's going on outside of Garage, and by the point that Crystal comes back in to clear it, it's a little bit too late. PRX, they're holding up. Devi's got the angle in towards Sewer, and that's going to be a problem.
Well, just going to have to win some aim duels here if you're GE. There's no two ways about it. Retake's going to be a tough one. So much space being held by PRX right now, and Envy is looking crisp. He very nearly deals with Autumn as well. Maybe the shield just saving him, but setting up the rest of PRX to close this round out. King will drop. Batman starting to come online in this round.
Forcing against this squad. It's not working out too well. Yudotan, though, trying to push his own assault in with a nightfall and the contract.
Oh, I love it from Yudotan. Gets the double straight out with that overdrive. That's exactly what GE needs in a round like this one. Devi will bait out the shield wall.
That's a really quick call from PRX then. Just to quickly cancel off the initial push. Try to look for the pivot back into C.
There's something still on for this one. Patman, usually pretty solid. He's going to have to get at least one here. Shots give away his position. The double swing should come through. Oh, no. Patman really needing one and doesn't get either. Just a little bit of damage. Devi almost caught on the timing here by Autumn, who's just going to try and push forward and take a little bit of space. Actually takes Devi's head in that meanwhile. So GE, I wanted to say in with a chance for retake, but it's just happened. Oh no, again. Just when you think GE are starting to come back into their own, there's all... Got to just try to find a way to slow a bit of this momentum down for PRX. Maybe they can take another 1 or 2 or 3 rounds out of this map and build a bit of confidence back up. That's a better start again from Yudotan and Autumn this time as well. Having some early impact, he wants to push for more and he gets himself the double. So that's what I'm talking about. Just try to slow things down for PRX, get a few rounds here. Yeah, you probably have already lost this map, but at least stop PRX from going into map 2 with oodles of momentum. Oodles.
I do like some noodles as well in Vietnam, but apart from that, just getting that read, I think. We've been thinking about Javi and his calling, and I think this is one of those rounds where he's managed to do just that. figure out where PRX is trying to push in from. Then you get the plays going out with Yudotan and Autumn.
On the aggression on this defense has been where they've been finding a lot of their success, and I wonder if PRX can start to adapt to that. They were waiting for it, and they knew eventually GE would come again. And unfortunately for GE, that is the last roll of the dice for map 1. 13-6, they have just been picked apart, and PRX are doing what they do best. It's another lower bracket run in the making.
Already hang back with the range that they have. It's just going to be GE to try to build up on towards alt points for now. Only one to maybe hold off the B side would be Javi, but he does have a trip supporting.
Yeah, it's going to have to be this first half that looks good for GE. They are on the defense now, so they're going to have to maximize. Autumn, surely caught out, but he does very well to get himself the 1-for-1. The ball's going to go up. So entry into C site will be denied. For now.
A bit of vision maybe as well, but this being a chaos map, 3 sites after all, is another thing where PRX loves to play around, but already you can kind of see what this comp does. Yep. The walls coming in, rot the clock quite a bit, and have some information off of that as well. Oh, Pat has to stay on.
I kind of wonder at a certain point, though, does it really matter as PRX can send a couple of players over the top of those walls? Maybe they're not going to be too concerned, but we'll see how that plays out.
30 seconds left.
Into this game. Here's the push now on to A. Crystal pushed away, but Patman standing and delivering just for the 1. Crystal now needs to put something together and can't do it. A site taken.
Now a lot of space off of it as well. So just continuing to hold down the lines. Maybe you push all the way up through into spawn if you don't see anything else. GE, it depends on their approach, how silent you're going to be, what you do with the smokes. The door kind of gives off information now. They're trying to work in shoulder to shoulder. Does it work, though?
Just a contact play. Timing looking great here for something, and Envy providing a distraction. Something usually so clean on the pistol, whipping a couple of shots.
GE. Stop. But right now, he's not always getting activated. The 4 push down pillar, while PRX just sets up inside of C.
We've got Patman kind of, sorry, not Patman, I should say, something floating around over towards A. Now Forsaken spotting the info that is going to be required. It's going to bring something across to get that backstab through. It is being watched for, but what are you going to really do at a range like that with just pistols on the other side? GE are stuck between a rock and a hard place. They've got nowhere to go.
Okay.
They just have to try to fight their way into at least some damage, which is not really occurring at this point. It was a good effort, but 2-0 the score. GE a bit more proactive on this defense. Yudotan going to try to push his way forward, but it's Autumn that will strike first onto G.
Quick swing, not really seeing too much else off of it. PRX thinking to end up on towards this A site, but Pat is close by, still has the haunt, and at the same time, Crystal, excuse me, does have the barrier mesh to really slow things down, allow for the rotations to come over, and that's exactly what G intends to do.
Yeah, you can't play too slowly here. Rex, don't worry about it. A headshot will be the difference maker there as Crystal's just plucked out of the round. A site taken, you've got a very, very late lurk from Devi.
Spike planted.
Maybe too late.
Maybe too late. I think that's a lot of ground to cover. But Envy, just the 1-for-1. Something has got to make sure that he does not fall here, because that could really bring this round back into an awkward position. Got that push available, and there is Devi able to strike. So it was better late than never in the end. And it looks like PRX should be getting through this round, but we'll see what Javi can do. Walks his way in on this A site, but it's not going to work.
They're just trying to clash against PRX around rubble. Oh, okay.
Good shot from Yudotan. Something's out of their picture early on in the piece, and with that, PRX have been rerouted over towards C. Morales going to clear it out as well, so they are aware at this point that PRX have exited.
Could be okay. Maybe some kill trips possible, but certain locations as well. I mean, the main thing I'm thinking of is this one gun robbed away. Yudotan has it. Potential res. He goes down. No, this is done. Crystal has an ult, I know, but...
Are you sure? 3 on 4. Maybe GE can still try to make something happen. Javi! With the fadeaway onto Devi. Jing. Oh, no. Showstopper. will be neutralized. Envy trying to hold the line at this point, but I don't know that there's too much that he can do about it. Of course, Jing done! And GE early on in the piece once again. A faster play from PRX out Rubble. It is something in Jing that are leading the charge, and kind of like what I was saying, does it really matter if you've got this fancy wall, that fancy wall? If they can just go over the top of it, PRX are still going to be able to pick the pace up, and that's exactly what they've done in this round. GE are fighting, but they are not winning.
They are just bruised up right now. I'm trying to think, like, how could you possibly slow this down that much further? Maybe a big, well-timed grab net, but when you haven't really seen PRX play at this pace, I mean, you kind of felt it once back in that playoffs game. But at this point, PRX just continues to want to run it down A or C, perhaps at some point. It's just difficult. I think you really need to position the Sentinels just right. Otherwise, fancy walls will be just there. Jing's building up to another ult. Meanwhile, something's just peeking around A.
Yeah, he's just lurked out Rubble. Have to take that space. Another staging ground for PRX for their next offense.
Would it be, though, then for G to shift towards something more retake-centric? Pat picking up an alt orb or a kill. Could be Nightfall, could be big.
Could be something in this one for GE if they get the right timing on the push. There's 2 players waiting for it, but that's 2 frags waiting for Harvey. And GE are back in a big way for round number 6.
Massive skirmish out for a semi-high-low. And now you're wondering about the other choke points in towards Link. And it's Crystal.
Envy trying to put this one together. It's a decent start. Costs a bit of HP on Envy, but they are finding their kills, and PRX are one of the best teams at putting these kinds of rounds together. A 2vx starts to feel doable as it's now back down to just the 2-on-2. Paranoia pushing through, but Envy can still see, and he will buy some time for Jing to recover for a third. No, GE, no, not like this. A 2v1 now for Autumn to try and put it together, but that is really work with, so might not get too much value out of it coming into round 7. They're looking a bit rattled on the stage, I have to say.
You really want to look to the coaching, but it doesn't feel as though you have the opportunity to do that. Jing's still holding into position. That's going to be a gun now. PRX has the C site. I mean, these two teams, you think about it again. PRX, initial pioneers of the double duelist. GE now playing something that looks batshit crazy. Triple Sentinel.
I mean, you can get points for doing something a bit different, Quack, but it's got to work. And so far it's not. Map 1, it didn't work. Map 2, it's also not working here for GE. So I'm not convinced, certainly. Forsaken doesn't know how close he is to a bullet in the side of the head. Harvey actually does get Forsaken. GE have been more competitive in these weird rounds than anywhere else. But now it's on the shoulders of Autumn. Solo again against 2. He couldn't do it in the last round, and he is really waiting down the clock here. Catches something. I think he's timed himself out of this round. Davai waiting and gets the freebie. Show us something on the stage today, please.
A big TP for Forsaken has a lot of information now. He's trying to get a couple of pot shots through, but GE with an intention to go with a TikTok wall. Or not.
Boy. There we go. A little bit of life out of Yutatan, who has been pretty good at finding openers in this series so far. Trouble has been that GE, while they've got a couple of openers, while they've had some advantages in rounds, oftentimes have actually let those advantages slip. The conversion rate has not been good, but here's another chance to improve upon it.
Big ults as well. There's so many options to shift towards different setups, but for now, just trying to work off of information and Seekers, and PRX play off of him.
This is what I'm talking about. Something brings it back to a 4v4. You've now got the B side, and you've got all that information off the back of the Seekers as well. Flag goes down. Nightfall doesn't quite connect onto any of those PRX players, so they're feeling pretty okay about things. And Davai again is on the late lurk. He's on the flank. He's been doing that all game long. Paranoia, not a problem. Something covering things off. Envy eventually does fall, but time is of the essence now for GE as they start to push their way in. Yutatan is making the difference. He gets the reds across as well. Davai is dealt with. Yutatan coming alive when it's needed the most. Can they get the better of something and get that defuse? It's all good.
Should be able to. PRX doesn't have the guns right now. They only have positioning around A, and it's the same wall again. They're going to be thinking about Yudotan possibly pacing through. It's tree, but something has an entry.
Yeah, something out of nowhere. He'll be shut down before it gets too exciting for PRX. Now it's Devi's turn. Oh no, the double from Devi. Just as GE start to look alive again, now it is very much hanging in the balance. Autumn holding strong. Can't quite hold the line. Jing half HP below that, in fact, and it's Crystal in another clutch.
He has an ult.
It even going to be required. Only a couple of bullets away from death. It's slowed down now. Jing off the side. He's going to take a risk. I like this a lot from Jing. Crystal will not find him.
Just roll off the back. But he's going to trust in the ult.
Jing's going to walk in behind him and shoot him in the back of the head. Crystal's got no idea. Experience going forward. Hopefully they can learn in this series, but so far we're just not seeing it. PRX another double entry. There's really nothing to be done here for GE at all, and PRX are running rings around.
Run circles around. We're back into B.
Well, something. He's up to his usual tricks on the other side of the map. But
Bring them down.
you're right. PRX starting to push their way forward toward B, or at least put some pressure on that with the util. They actually haven't committed to it. Trying to see if they can pull something out of GE, and they have. It's Yudotan pushing his way forward. Devi will spot that out. He himself will be pushed away. 40 seconds on the clock here. PRX are going to have to lock in for something soon. Well, it's Jing with the showstopper. It's not going to find anything just yet. He goes through the cage. Autumn, that's a really bold move when you know the showstopper has been pulled. Crystal, only a 1-for-1 again. The A site cracked open without too much drama here for PRX.
At least, though, Avi has the flash, wants to go fast.
Straight through it. Yudotan gets himself one. It's not quite going to be enough. Harvey's position noted as well. Envy spotting him round the corner and something.
They're tackling them through and through. Now it's Devi out with an Odin, and they're marching down C. Autumn trying to slow it down.
He's doing a pretty good job of it, actually. Autumn eventually does get brought down by Forsaken, but the reinforcements will arrive here for GE and filter their way out through the door. The PRX pushed away. And a res as well to try and secure this final round of the half. A 9-3 would be something for GE to work with. Unless Forsaken, of course, can pull off a minor miracle in winning this round. He does have the spike that gives him opportunities.
Knows they're hot on his heels.
He's playing ring around the rosy with GE pretty nicely. He's hoping to isolate a duel here, and he's been able to do that, but down to 31 HP.
Gets one more, he has the TP. Maybe he could go somewhere. Be risky, but it could work. So much time to work off of as well.
I don't have a lot of faith.
Confirmation that Forsaken's still lurking around waterfall position, and that's where Javi has his crosshair strained in.
Yeah, rotation over to A has now been cut off, so it's pretty obvious that he's going towards C. Javi already lurking his way out. And will pick up. They've picked up only 9 rounds total over the 2 maps. And that might be continuing, although Envy whipping a couple of shots gives the opportunity back in onto Crystal. Patman chiming in with one as well. It's a very aggressive round out from PRX. So haven't necessarily quite gone their way. Lurk happening over towards A. Patman helped out by Yudotan. But there is a flank in again. It's Devi always getting in behind, but not doing enough this time. Maybe GE can remain in the fight if they can get this pistol.
Autumn's calling A site clear. Pat can get the spike down. Set up positions around it. Devi will have to try to work off of his flash, and that should give information away. It all depends on how you kind of hold out. The spike clearly planted the safe spot for Tree. Just a sheriff and a dream.
Devi's been able to put together a few good sheriff shots so far in this game, but
cross.
Well,
bring them down.
GE will be slowed down a little by that dark cover. Looks like they're going to go through it anyway. Devi here to try and hold on. Good for one always.
Spike
well.
down, C.
Starting to get a little bit worried for GE that maybe PRX can put something together. How did something get multiple shots off there? And now Jing coming into play as well. That's the spike dropped, and Autumn is nowhere to be seen.
Jing has a gun.
He's got no idea where Autumn's coming from, though. He thinks maybe there's even a flank coming through.
Autumn's just going to have to either find the headshot or really find the right peaks. You know, one shot, peek back over the next.
No armor for Jing. He is tucked nice. Carefully until he decides to cross. Again, he's got no idea where Autumn is. Here's the peak.
30 seconds
Spotted.
left.
30 seconds for Autumn to try to work with a bold peak from...
Four peaks.
I mean, it's just crazy. Something just does not want to go backwards, does he? He's always looking for these fights. I mean, think about Primi versus something tomorrow if that ends up being a matchup that we get to see. Jet v Jet, Op v Op. That will be a crazy final. Paper PRX are going a long way to securing that possibility.
It has been a couple of years since we've seen a full tie squad into an international. We'll stay focused for this game for now. Paper PRX with all the guns in the world. High, low.
Jinx making it look a little bit too easy right now. Forsaken can't hold on for the double, so Spike is allowed to transition its way toward A. Not quite all the way in there, and this is where we need a Batman clutch, but it's a really tough ask against 3. Paper PRX are in no hurry as well. They know Device coming across. They can honestly allow that plan to go down and play it out 3v1. Really cross the T's and dot the I's. You can see how much Patman is
30 seconds left.
hunting for an isolated duel. He really wants to find a 1v1, but Paper PRX are not giving it to him.
He's also just not sure where they could
find
be. They
you.
could have wrapped around through stairs, so he's thinking to check with the haunt, get the spike down, but that is
Spike
what
planted.
Paper PRX wants. Bit of timing to push through now.
Oh, has to turn away from the flash and immediately down to 21 HP. Divide just kind of toying with him at this point, and in the end, Envy or the Op. That will be a crazy final. Paper PRX are going a long way to securing that possibility.
It has been a couple of years since we've seen a full tie squad into an international. We'll stay focused for this game for now. Paper PRX with all the guns in the world. High, low.
Jinx making it look a little bit too easy right now. Forsaken can't hold on for the double, so Spike is allowed to transition its way toward A. Not quite all the way in there, and this is where we need a Batman clutch, but it's a really tough ask against 3. Paper PRX are in no hurry as well. They know Device coming across. They can honestly allow that plan to go down and play it out 3v1. Really cross the T's and dot the I's. You can see how much Patman is
30 seconds left.
hunting for an isolated duel. He really wants to find a 1v1, but Paper PRX are not giving it to him.
He's also just not sure where they could
find
be. They
you.
could have wrapped around through stairs, so he's thinking to check with the haunt, get the spike down, but that
Spike
is what
planted.
Paper PRX wants. Bit of timing to push through now.
Oh, has to turn away from the flash and immediately down to 21 HP. Divide just kind of toying with him at this point. In Paper PRX, remember, it is a best of 5, so GE are not done just yet. It doesn't feel like they've come online at all so far in this lower bracket. Fianl, it is 1-for-1 to start off round number 16, and GE are going to try and take some momentum from that. Prowlers forward, allows them out to mount.
Gotta think carefully though.
Big rotate from Paper PRX, isn't it? 3 players already over on C. That Nightfall kind of connected in onto Envy. Yes, it has. Yuratan on the hunt, looking for it. Envy is a dead man walking. But Jing, again, in for the double, and there's just no answer right now for GE. Crystal's going to have to try to clutch it out. Pops the Annihilation. He's got that wall up as well. Devi's been caught. Forsaken, gonna have to get this one done alone. Tags through.
Forsaken set.
Still has to find one of these.
Come on.
Eventually, but it will not be this one.
Bulls. Paper PRX look primed to send this to Ascent.
Yeah, and it's looking like it's going to be an even cleaner map here on Lotus than what we saw on Haven. So even more mentally draining for GE. Forward hold on B. Worked out for something. Again, in the mix early on in the piece. Devi waiting for Harvey. Can't quite get it done. That's Steel Garden in the mix as well. But Forsaken is running amok amongst GE. He will eventually be brought down to heel, but I don't think it's going to matter at all. It is just Patman up against his former teammates, and surely nothing to be done. 13 secured for Paper PRX, and right now they are making it look way too easy against GE.
Just another bloodbath again. The last round